Hey y'all, welcome back to Tea Time with Tab. Alrighty, so I know at the end of the video I said we're gonna talk about something a little more lighthearted in the next video, but I'm gonna be honest, this is what has been going on. And also I just wanted to follow up after everything that happened yesterday. So first I want to kind of take a step back in time because if you watched my video that I uploaded today, or yesterday, whatever point it is that I get to upload this video, you'll remember that I said abusers tend to have a pattern of abuse. One standalone incident can be hard to believe, but more than one incident, especially similar incidents, that's where red flags start to be raised. Now, again, I do not know these people personally. This is not a personal attack. I got my copyright disclaimer at the beginning of the video. But I gotta make double, triple, extra sure that I put it in each video before we get into the mess. So, fair use disclaimer. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. This video may contain copyrighted material that has not been specifically authorized by the copyright owner. We believe our use of this content qualifies as fair use under U.S. law. However, if any copyright holder believes that their material has been used improperly, please contact me directly at toehrenberger@gmail.com or any other social platform that you see me on. Alrighty, so again, I don't know these people personally. It's not a personal attack. I wasn't there, so everything that's being said is very much alleged. And one thing that I will make note of before we even get into this is that there are two sides to every story, really three: her side, his side, the truth. Usually, the truth lies somewhere in the middle of both people's perspectives of the events that happened. There's been a whole lot of stuff that's come out since the whole DVD, DDG, whatever the heck you want to call him, incident took place. And I just, again, I want to highlight patterns of behavior because abusers tend to not change their stripes. They might change the colors, the font, they might change everything else, but they'll usually be reconfronted with the same things that they never healed from before if they don't get help. And that's why it's so important to regulate your emotions. Go to therapy if you need it. Go to therapy even if you don't think you need it. Shoot, at this point, I feel like we could all use some because it'd be too much that happens to expect for you to be a normal person at the end of it. If you've been through the pandemic, if you've witnessed a lot of the things that are going down in the media sphere, just everywhere, a lot more of us probably need therapy than we're willing to admit. But anyway, I finally was able to track down this clip. It took me, I tried everything to get this clip. And I finally just said, you know what? We just gonna react to one of my favorite content creators, Miss Jessie Woo, because she says it perfectly at the beginning. And this video, it's significant. So this video that we're about to watch is an interview from years ago when DVD was accused of abuse by Ruby Rose. And just pay attention to his response. Pay attention to his response. And then we're just kind of going to point a few other things out and then go from there with this.
which I think is amazing. Again, this doesn't happen easily. I wanted to visit something because while this all has happened, a lot of people have brought back Ruby Rose. Okay. That Ruby Rose told us.
I did see that you were accused of being.
Give me one moment. Thank you so much for the super chat, Lola. This isn't the first time treating his girlfriend this way. There's an old TT video of DDG pulling up on Julianasis unannounced. He has a history of this behavior. Didn't know that. I didn't know about Julie. I didn't.
So if you read that comment, now look, this is just a commenter on her live, but if this Jilly girl, well, I saw the video. She did not necessarily accuse him of being an abuser, but she did accuse him, not even accuse, it's on video. The boy shows up to her at a restaurant while she's vlogging, just pulls up on her. Unannounced, no text, no nothing. This is another ex of his. So 3 of his exes have accused him of some form of weird behavior. I don't know. I think that pulling up on somebody unannounced, knowing their whereabouts, all of those things, that kind of falls into the category of stalking. And I'm going to be honest with you, stalking. And I'm going to be honest with you, stalkers are abusers. There's no other way to cut it, slice it, or put it. Stalkers are abusive people. They are abusing your boundaries, which is abuse. I know we tend to be conditioned to it, desensitized, because so many people have been abused. Just because you are used to something does not mean that it's okay. But all right, let's continue.
Didn't know he dated Julie. But Julie now is with another abuser too. She's engaged. That ring is pretty though. Shout out to her. It looks like she has an allegiance to
I did
abusers.
see that you were accused of being abusive.
Where you see that at?
Now I saw Ruby Rose post, like they said she.
Peep that. Peep that. He didn't say, no, I'm not. I mean, if you were not an abusive person, wouldn't that be the first thing that comes out of your mouth? No, I'm not. Where'd you hear that? He doesn't seem appalled. He doesn't seem shocked. He doesn't seem nothing. Just where'd you see that at? Would you say that if you were accused of doing something that you didn't do? Where'd you see that at?
She had like bruises on her arm.
Yeah, nah, that was some.
Pay attention. Yeah, nah, that was some. When you go, that usually means like, I'm trying to tiptoe around the issue so I don't put myself into further crap with people. Like, think about it. Okay, I'm gonna put myself in the shoes of somebody being accused of abuse. Somebody comes to me. I've been accused of abuse and I didn't do it. I've been accused of abuse by 2 of my past abusers. 2 of them. So I know this pattern of behavior. Hey, I heard that you abused so and so. Me? Abused who? What? Are you for real? What did they tell you? You go on to tell me what they said that I did. Well, I would never put my hands on another human being other than to give them a hug or a kiss. And due to my actual nature as a human being, that's about all I really need to say. I would be appalled, which I was when I was accused of these things. But immediate refusal, like there's no immediate refusal, and then in the instance where you have good character, that's when you get to say, does that even seem like something that I would really do? But unfortunately, abusers know what people that have not abused people and been accused of it, they know what people say. So they tend to repeat the same sentiment. But mind you, that boy said, yeah, no. The was kind of telling to me. The fact that it's taking him this long to formulate a response is telling to me something happened.
That wasn't nothing.
That
Okay,
wasn't
so
none.
that was
Yeah, that's some shit that
taken out of.
she got like hacked on Twitter or some shit like that, and then it turned into.
That wasn't nothing. She got hacked on Twitter and some shit. What does her being hacked or not being hacked have anything to do with what this woman just asked you? You've been accused of abuse. Yeah, no, that wasn't nothing. That wasn't nothing. You just got accused of abuse. You ain't ever put your hands on somebody. And you say that wasn't nothing. It's becoming harder and harder for me to believe that that wasn't nothing and that this isn't nothing. It's becoming harder and harder to believe the more that I see come out, it's harder for me to believe that that wasn't nothing. But let Jessie do her thing.
To some like
Okay.
some, you know
I
what
did see
mean?
she was hacked.
Yeah.
hmm
So
Okay. What other things do you think are misconceptions about you?
I don't know. It's just I've been in the blogs a lot about a lot of shit, you know.
Like, tell us what you think is not true.
Do you notice how he never denied putting hands on Ruby? Oh no, that wasn't nothing. She got hacked. He never flat out said, I did not hit that woman. Never flat out said that.
And it's crazy because honestly, most abusers are much more covert about it. Oh my God, what? Me? No, never. How dare they? Oh my goodness. I can't believe you would even accuse me of something like that. All the theatrics. He couldn't even have formulated his response well enough to be prepared for that question and have an answer ready to go. That's how you know he's sloppy with it. He's not even good at hiding who he is. This is one of those people where it's like you got covert, you got overt, and then you got like this like middle part where you're an overt abuser, exploiter, manipulator, whatever, and you're trying to be covert. And I'm gonna be honest, at this age, at this point, with everything that's just out and about, he's trying to be covert with it, but he's sloppy with it because he hasn't even perfected his abuse pattern yet. And that's the thing. Unfortunately, with abusers, they usually don't stop. They don't usually stop being abusive people. They just get better and better at hiding it every time that they do it. Y'all watch you. Y'all notice every time Joe got caught doing something, he learned something from being caught and found another way to not get caught next time. But he never stopped doing what he was doing. He just found another way to do it. And that's why after watching this, now I'm starting to see a lot of the things that he's done with the baby and everything else as very performative. And then when you watch the clips, knowing what we know now, or having the information that's now available, they almost look like skits. They look like, okay, all right, I'm gonna prop you up right here. When we get on this camera, I need you to hit me in the face, or I need you to do this, or I need you to do that, because it's gonna be cute, it's gonna be funny. But only God knows what happens when that camera turns off. And I'm not accusing him of anything further than what he's already being accused of. All I'm saying is, Lord knows what happens when the camera is not on, and how much coaching that it takes to even get the videos that he has been getting with his son. So
Okay. And apparently, a lot of people have been bringing that back up. I think this is the Jasmine brand. Hold on. Mm. And also, too, this is an old tweet, and I'm not going to dwell on that too much because I do feel bad for Halle. But I remember when folks were saying something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but Ruby Rose was part of a conversation about DDG, and Halle tweeted, "LOL, the devil's working." LOL, and it's like, sister, let this be a lesson not just to her but to all of y'all. If y'all are dealing with a man and previous women tell you, or you find out that previous women have been victims of physical abuse from this man, please understand he's not different with you. I have the unpopular opinion that once an abuser, always an abuser.
I have to really emphasize what she just said there because I have fallen victim to this exact same scheme. These abusive people will mobilize you against every one of the people that they abused to discredit them, to triangulate you and discredit them. I'm sure the same stuff that all these people are coming out with. Hallie's the one that was abusive. Halle hit him. Halle did this. Hallie's always doing that. Da 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 da. I bet you that's the same stuff that he said about Ruby to Halle to get Halle to say what she said about the devil's working. I have dated people and been told they were the monster. They did this to me. I'm the victim. All the things. And then whole time I'm sleeping next to the devil. And then I see from their perspective as part of my karma because I enabled this behavior. I see, oh, that's why that person did what they did to you. It was more than likely self-defense. But the abuser is always going to project and they're always going to see themselves in this godlike light where they do no wrong. Anything that's done against them, whether they initiate it or not, is like they didn't deserve it. They're always a victim. And that's why you got to be super careful with those people that are always a victim. That victim mentality, it like corrupts their brain to a point where they really believe their own lies and they really believe what they told you. But the truth of the matter is, the things that they are saying about the other person, 9 times out of 10, are the truth about them. They can't look in the mirror. They're like vampires. Once they look in the mirror, they like turn to dust or something. So they can't look in the mirror. So they project everything onto the people that they harm. Entitled people, manipulators, like it don't matter. They do the same stuff. And it is sickening. And it will make you, as the victim, survivor, whichever one you want to identify with, I choose survivor. It puts you as a survivor in this headspace to lose yourself because you start to believe their lies as well. And then you start to question, am I the bad person? Did I deserve this? Am I the problem? I'm trying to tell y'all.
I don't care what anybody says. The statistics back me up.
It's true. She's right.
Once an abuser, always an abuser.
Agreed. Agreed. You go to therapy. You do all these things. At the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, almost 10 times out of 10, that person gonna fall back into those abusive tendencies eventually. I do believe in reform. I do believe that you can become a changed person. I do. But you have to actually want to be a better person. And when you're out here not even taking accountability for what you've done, how could you possibly become a better person? Accountability is empowerment. It really is. I was watching Her name's Yanni. She's another content creator. And she said something that really stuck to me. She said, accountability is your empowerment. Period. So always remain accountable for your actions. She's so right. She is so right. Now, I got another video for y'all. Because the video I'm about to show y'all, I'm going to be so for real with you. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. Just give me a second. Okay, so we got through that. All right. I'm hoping this. Ooh. All right. So the video we're about to watch is something that when I saw it, I thought it was harmless. I thought it was cute. I was like, oh, okay, he's trying to be protective of his girl. But how far it went after that is going to show you that we're dealing with a man-child here. We are dealing with a man-child. All right, let's get into it. So DDG and Halle went to Usher's concert. As y'all remember, Usher was putting cherries in everybody's mouth. I'm not even going to get started about the sanity of that. But not even the sanity, but like, why? Are you good? Anyway, any celebrity that was at his concert, Usher was putting cherries in their mouth. And DVD, unfortunately, is a little bit insecure.
When you ate that cherry, did you
I'm gonna be so for real though. Like, he took it, he put it in her mouth. It seemed like a lighthearted moment. It's like, is it that deep? Is it really that deep to you? Now, what he's about to do, to me, is sick and twisted because ain't no freaking way. Ain't no freaking way.
when you ate that cherry, did you have your mouth open because you wanted to eat the cherries?
Mind you, if you read the caption, this is AI. This isn't even Halle that he's having a conversation with. This is AI, which tells me that this man, from the moment that that happened until the moment that he decided to get on AI, Chat GPT, whatever he's using to talk to this girl, that moment haunted that boy. And I'm just going to be so for real. No man that is secure in his manhood and secure in his relationship is going to do something like this. This is an off-camera conversation that he should have had with his girl and should have trusted whatever her response was. Because what we're about to see here, if this don't show you that he not only is delusional, but is also a hothead and is insecure, if that's not what this shows you, I don't know what will. Because this kind of fired my brain up and got me thinking like back to the abuse that I'd been through and had me go, this right here, you got to be real careful with an insecure man. An insecure black man at that, you have to be so careful because insecurity and jealousy in men, as well as emotional dysregulation, they gonna put you through the ringer, baby. They will put you through the ringer over those three things. So make sure you got you a man that's secure in who he is, a man that is not jealous of you, because being jealous of your woman, what? And you need to make sure that he has emotional regulation. Like, because if he exhibits any signs of any of those three things, please run now. Because it might just be this cute, oh, it's not that big of a deal type of thing right now. But wait, because those little red flags, they turn into six flags once you let them go on and on for too long. And I'm praying for Halle that through them raising her son, their son, I'm praying for her because a person like this, dealing with a person like this for 18 years, and really, I think children are a life sentence. It's not no 18 years and we're done type of thing. Yeah, once they hit 18, you no longer have to necessarily deal with the parent, but that's still your kid for eternity, no matter what happens, no matter how old they turn. So I am praying for her because this,
Because you was laughing.
Oh my God, this again. Yes, I kept my mouth open because I was laughing. I said with a chuckle,
now, I think it was Jessie that watched this on her stream, the same stream that I just showed y'all. And she made a very good point. When you talk to these AI people, you upload specific, like something that would tell you about somebody's character in a conversation. It could be a text message conversation. It could be you recording a conversation between you and that person. It could be a whole bunch of things. It could just be what you've told it about that person over time. It's going to formulate responses based on that. So the fact that the AI is I'm not even going to say her because it's not a human being and we're not even going to go there. The fact that the AI's immediate response was, oh my God, this again, tells me that they've talked about this more than once, extensively. It's been an issue since it happened. And this man child couldn't accept her answer. So he had to go to AI for AI to give him the same response that she did or would have. Is you good? And mind you, this is on stream in front of a bunch of little boys. And that's honestly what most of his fan base is a bunch of little boys. So this is teaching little boys, hey, if you're an insecure man child, download a conversation with your girlfriend and sit there and duke it out with AI and then create more resentment towards her based on AI's response because her response wasn't good enough for you. Unfortunately, these are the figures that are raising these little boys. Yes, we have parents. People have their parents. These kids have their parents. But they're going to look up to somebody like DDG and try to emulate who he is. Unfortunately, in this scenario, this isn't somebody that I would want my child to be watching or emulating. And because he's got money, because he's had money for a while, he's considered successful in America's eyes. And because he's considered successful, that means people are going to look up to him. And I don't want, if I had a son, I would not want my son looking up to this because this is weirdo behavior. If you talk to AI about issues that you have, that's neither here nor there. I have even talked to AI about an issue that I'm having, but would I ever take what AI says to be Bible, and then would I ever post that conversation for other people to hear?
Okay, well, these people on my chat and my live stream keep telling me that you had your mouth open. You was waiting on Usher to give you the cherry in your mouth. Can you
Why are you listening to your audience, bro?
please just clarify that you didn't have your mouth open for Usher's cherry?
No, I never was. I would never in my life have my mouth open, waiting for Usher or anyone to feed me. I hope that clears it up.
It's cut off at the point that I really needed y'all to see. So just give me another second so I can. Ooh, give me another second so I can get that. Okay, found it.
And so he uses that against her. He's able to pull all these strings from behind the scenes. This man created a fake Halle to argue with.
Crazy,
A fake Halle to argue with.
crazy work.
Halle was at the Met Gala and at the Met festivities, and this is him.
Do I feel like shaking hands, talking to folks?
I hope you're okay and feel better soon. That is her response to his text message. You know what that sounds like? That sounds like this.
What do you mean? He's sleeping, he's in bed, RN.
Give me my fucking son back.
What? Why are you acting like this? What have I ever done for you to act like I'm some sort of monster that would keep your son from you?
This boy went from, did you take Usher's cherries in your mouth, to give me my effing son back? Like, hold on, let's just go back a second and just rerun that real quick.
What do you mean? He's sleeping, he's. What do you mean? He's sleeping, he's in bed, RN.
Give me my fucking son back.
What? Why are you acting like this? What have I ever done for you to act like I'm some sort of monster that would keep your son from you?
There's a very small part of the conversation that's missing right here, but this is the same conversation that I was just showing y'all. He went from, my people on my stream think that you had your mouth open for Usher's cherries, to give me my effing son back. So this is just proof of how he weaponizes that boy against Halle. I'm insecure about this issue that happened forever ago. Still insecure about it. Met Gala wasn't long ago. The incident with the Usher thing happened a minute ago. Like around the time that they broke up. So you're telling me your insecurity with Usher giving your girl cherries, which he did to multiple people all around the world, so you're not special. And I'm sure a lot of people lost their significant others over that. And I'm gonna be honest, serves y'all right, because you don't need no man like this. This the kind of love I pray does not find me ever again. Because this ain't love. This ain't love, baby. I can tell that that girl had a lot of love for him. Probably still does have some love for him, which is why this is probably so freaking hard. But I pray that a love like this never finds y'all. Because how did we just go from basically him? He might as well have said, I'm insecure that you had them cherries, that you consume those cherries, even though I'm the one that put them in your mouth at the end of the video, which wild. Wild after you watch the video to get to this point. Cherries, to give me my effing son back. And y'all don't think that he's weaponizing his relationship with his son against this girl? He's arguing with AI, saying, give me my effing son back. Well, if you wanted your son back, why haven't you already gone to court to have a custody arrangement set up? Instead, you're on Twitch arguing with AI Halle in front of millions and millions of little boys and just like millions of people in general. This is sad. This is going out very sad. And this is proof that he's insecure and that he weaponizes his relationship with his child against his baby mother, which is one of the most disgusting things that you can do to a woman postpartum, first off, and to a woman with their child. We all know that mothers are mama bears. That's why the mother usually gets custody of the kid. We all know that mothers are mama bears. So you weaponizing your son against a mother, a mama bear, of course it's going to cause upset. Of course it's going to make you emotionally heightened. Like, ain't no freaking way, bro.
Because you don't know how to respect me and you disrespect me in public.
You don't know how to respect me. This is one of the biggest issues in our community, bro. Y'all not gonna like me saying this. Y'all don't know what respect is. Y'all don't know what disrespect is. She disrespected you because she was laughing and that man tried to put cherries in her mouth. You don't know how to respect me. Mind you, the AI just asked, what makes you think that I'm such a monster that I would keep you away from your son? Because you don't know how to respect me and you disrespect me in public. So somehow her mouth being open when that man tried to put cherries in it equates to you're not able to see your son. You didn't say because you've been keeping him from me. You got to pay attention to what people are not saying. You got to read in between the lines. He didn't say what a normal person who's not able to see their child would say, which is because you haven't let me see my son in XYZ. Because every time I try to get my son, it's this, that, or the third. No, he said because you don't know how to respect me and you disrespect me in public. This is an insecure, jealous boy. I don't care how old Daryl is. And somebody said it earlier, he got the type of name that just says that he would put his hands on a girl. He does. He does. And I'm sorry to all the Daryls out there that might see this. Don't take that personally. As long as you don't put your hands on your woman, they don't apply to you. But if you do, don't crash out on me, baby. But yeah. Huh? Is he okay? Like, is he cool?
Over a fucking Usher concert. Where is my son at? I'm taking my son.
Ooh, and this be my favorite part. This is the part where the entitled manipulator, whatever the heck you want to call him, they got the right idea. They'll say it, but they're so in their head and self-centered and self-absorbed that they can't see that they're the problem. Over a freaking cherry at an Usher concert. DDG, you're doing all of this over a cherry at a concert. No, this isn't for you to say to Halle. This is for you to say to yourself. All of this over cherries at a concert? Really? Okay.
This man is psychotic.
Gotta be.
And I
Like, let's go back. Let's watch.
just way too nice. And I do think that
Let's just watch
Like
the
this.
Son back.
whole interaction
here,
without me
I wouldn't do
interrupting.
that. I have Halo. Sounds like that sounds like this.
What do you mean? He's sleeping. He's in bed, RN.
Give me my fucking son back.
What? Why are you acting like this? What have I ever done for you to act like I'm some sort of monster that would keep your son from you?
Because you don't know how to respect me and you disrespect me in public over a fucking Usher concert. Where is my son at? I'm taking my son.
This man is psychotic.
Where's my son at? I'm taking my son. You don't know how to respect me. All you do is disrespect me. Why would you say that I'm a mother that would keep her son from her father? Because you don't know how to respect me. Not because you are keeping my son from me. Because a lot of these people on this internet are trying to say, oh, well, she been keeping him away and she been doing this and she been doing that. He from his own admittance with a AI conversation didn't once out of his mouth say, you're keeping my son from me. So to run with this narrative that all the issue is that she's keeping him from his son and she beat him up and she did this and she did that, and if just like how y'all keep saying to the victim, well, then why didn't you already report it? So if Halle been putting hands on you for all this time, why didn't he already say something about it? Why is it now in the aftermath of finding out about the restraining order, all of his friends got to come out and co-sign and say, no, Halle be popping off on him. She be attacking him. She be da 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 da. You're a man. You're a man that's bigger than her. You have all of these resources. You could leave. You could have a minute ago gone to court if she was keeping your son from you, and you could have already created a custody agreement with a mediator that would have avoided all of this. But instead, you decide to crash out like a little boy on the internet and in person, and now you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. And I'm gonna be honest with you, only time is gonna tell what really happened. But I will say, I know an abuser when I see one. I know abuse when I see it. And whether he actually hit her or not, this is abuse. Showing up in that girl's home and taking a photo of her bed and she's not there, and I'm sure that she did not let him in there. That's abuse of boundaries all the way. And if what Jilly said or what was on her video vlog is true, which it's recorded, you can't fake a recording, not at that point in time. He has a history of not caring about people's boundaries. And that is textbook abuser language, not respecting your boundaries. Triangulation, the whole Ruby Rose thing, is a prime example of abuse because he triangulated her in the beginning. And now it's this. And because he can't speak out, everybody and their mama, including his mama, is speaking out. Y'all ain't helping that boy, because one of the things that's in the case is he keeps mobilizing people to add to the abuse. And you got all your friends co-signing for you. You got your mom co-signing for you. You're definitely mobilizing people to bother this girl. Because if you weren't with that, you would have told them to stop, to be quiet, to delete the videos. Leave her alone. Leave the situation alone. I will handle it. But he can't do that. His ego's bruised. So he is out here making a mockery of himself. He's making himself look bad. And I'm going to be honest, usually the loudest person is the one that is not keeping it a stack. I've been in a few abusive situations, and I'm going to tell you, I will tell the people that matter to me what's going on, and then I got to leave it alone. I got to stop talking about it. It's harmful to me. It hurts. And what is talking it to death gonna do for me in my healing? What is trying to prove that I'm innocent going to do other than prove that I'm not? Because at the end of the day, who you are will speak for itself. What's done in the dark always comes to light. And that's what these men are realizing this year. And it's so crazy to me. Was it Shannon Sharp that kind of got the ball rolling? I mean, it's crazy because it was Shannon Sharp's podcast in 2024. Was it 2023 or 2024? I think it was the beginning of last year. His podcast is the one that started this line of accusations coming out. And it's so crazy that now he's even being accused. Y'all, please stop idolizing these celebrities. They are run of the mill, regular people. Sometimes the worst of the worst, because the more money that you get, the worse off you are. This has been spoken about since the beginning of time. Matthew 6:24, no one can serve two masters. Either he will hate one and love the other, or he will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. And I tell you, make friends for yourselves by means of unrighteous wealth, so that when it fails, they may receive you into eternal dwellings. Keep your lives free. I'm sorry, y'all. I told y'all Matthew 6:24. Timothy 6:10 is for the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. Some people eager for money have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. Luke 16:9, and I tell you, make friends for yourselves by means of unrighteous wealth, so that when it fails, they may receive you into the eternal dwellings. Hebrews 13:5, keep your lives free from the love of money and be content with what you have. For he has said, I will never leave you, I will never forsake you. Money and all of the other worldly things that we be over here idolizing people for, they will leave. Especially if you put your love of money, your greed above God. That's why it does not surprise me when these people are alleged of doing disgusting, heinous things. It literally does not surprise me at all. I could love you as a celebrity, but I will always understand that, baby, if you love money and you don't put God first, you ain't gonna have it forever. And money equals pride. Pride equals eternal damnation. Like, let's just be so for real about it. Now, there was one more perspective about this situation. My bad, y'all. There's one more perspective. Actually, no, I'm good. There's one more perspective about the situation that I'd like to get into. Just one more. And then I'm going to close today's chapter of DVD. And tomorrow we will get into the Chris Brown situation. But your girl has to work early. So we just gonna We're just gonna get into this real quick. Maybe.
Response to Ray J.
Okay, here we go. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get there. Actually, we're gonna react to this whole video because it's interesting. It's interesting. And then I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all do.
DDG responds to Ray J saying he owes Bobby V money for sampling his song Slow Down. To hear the songs, the link is pinned in the comments.
And he should have shouted him out too. We're not playing over here. Bobby V. Yeah. Nigga, that's your shit.
1000%.
I mean, you heard it off the first 2 lines.
No diggity.
No
What's wrong
diggity.
with this nigga, bro?
That's your folks?
Nah, that ain't, I mean, he, okay, so DDG, like, I like DDG streaming and shit. Like, I fuck with him. Like, he great at what he does, you know what I'm saying?
Ray J was just asking to stream with me, and now he trying to call his homie to get me fucking copyrighted over a song.
Copyright is crazy.
It's already cleared. No, you can't get a stream with me. Fuck ya.
That's fucked up, man.
This man is so prideful. Okay, I understand what Ray J's famous for, so we're not gonna sit here and act like he's the creme of the crop. But boy, boy, the amount of trying to get clout off of you, you know, like you was in the sack when this man made his first accolade. Ray J doesn't need clout off of you. This is the problem with money and pride. Who do you think you are? This boy thinks he's a god or something. He thinks he's doing something major. What I heard is that his album sold 501 units. The only thing that this boy is doing that's continuing to bring him money is getting on Twitch. Which, listen, I'm not here to down the streaming, like the rise of streaming. I'm here to jump on the wave, but I'm not here to jump on it so that way I can feel like I'm a god of some sort. Like, there's a purpose behind this, and it's not to serve myself. So, like, what? Getting a little too big for your britches over there, boy.
This is like Eminem dissing you in a rap song.
Both of them niggas trying to be streamers. No one's watching you.
And you're trying to be a rapper.
As if I was begging.
Fuck ya.
Fuck yes. Fuck
It's like
yes. Dark.
so many niggas, bro, is just niggas I ain't really got a dress for real. My
Shout out
meat
to Eminem.
riding.
On his meat is crazy.
Soulja Boy's begging for galaxies on TikTok
Soulja Boy
as we
won't
speak.
get on your level in life.
Galaxies.
Soulja Boy, bro, like outlandish.
That's hilarious.
Soulja Boy. Yeah, I would
Soulja
never,
Boy,
but see,
tell
I'm never
him.
gonna.
Come on now. Like, everybody be clowning on Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy is a crash out himself. But we're not gonna sit here and act like to this day, people don't know who Soulja Boy is. That's what we're not gonna do. People know who DDG is, but not because of his not because of his talent and his accolades in the rap game. I know of one DDG song that I like out of his whole discography. One. And I'm a rap girly. I love rap music. I stepped away from it a little bit since I've gotten more into my Christianity bag, but I love rap. That boy cannot rap. He is an internet rapper. He's a cap rapper. All he can rap about is abusing women and having money. That's it. That's it. That's all. And being from Pontiac, Michigan, which I don't know nothing about Pontiac. I don't know much about Michigan at all, but I don't know nothing about Pontiac. So, boy, like, it's the downplaying of people that are, frankly, more successful than him that just shows me how delusional he is.
Don't kick DDG down in what he going through right now. That don't got nothing to do with this. This is just him saying he was bigger than all of us in today's society overall outside the streaming world, and that's crazy.
That's not true.
If he feels like that in the streaming world, he has every fucking right to. But 501 albums, welcome to our world. Welcome.
You want to be a part of their world,
welcome.
Acting like they want to be a part of your world. They're trying to get on the wave to get money. Right.
Because that's where you are.
Right. Come on now.
Maybe the lesson here is...
I still ain't heard that. I still ain't heard that album. I still ain't heard it, and I won't. I will not be your 502nd listener. Trust and believe that.
And maybe I should take the same advice. I don't know. We'll see in 6 or 7 months. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
WDDG. I just don't want to I want to make sure he understands levels is levels, bro. You just now starting to make money, bro. But
I mean, he been making money for a minute,
I think niggas is getting beside themselves and just getting a little bit over cocky. It happens to us all. We always get a little over cocky and then we run into a wall. And then the higher power makes you realize, just humble yourself and don't get over, don't over.
Ray J knows all about the higher power humbling him. And I've been telling y'all, if y'all tapped into tab space, y'all know what I be saying. Humble yourself before God himself humbles you. Because when God himself humbles you, you will never forget it. You will never forget it. That is the hardest way to learn your lesson. Is to have to get humbled by God. Humble yourself. Especially now. You're under a lot of scrutiny. Be careful of what you wish for. You've already got enough people not on your side. Be careful of what you wish for.
Do it.
And I feel like he's just crashing out on anybody that'll let him. He can't crash out on Halle. He can't say her name. So he's got to crash out on any and everybody in between. Like, come on now.
Soulja Boy tweeted about DDG 2 days ago, which DDG did respond. Soulja Boy tweet, he said, "You ain't be a dude for putting your hands on Halle. DDG, if I catch you, I'm beating the F out of you." And people in the comments of that tweet was dropping receipts of Soulja Boy allegedly putting hands on women. The link is down below if you want to check that out. But here's DDG's response to Soulja Boy's tweet.
Soulja Boy is poor. He's poor.
Poor is crazy.
Ain't cranked that since we was yay high, buddy.
Poor is crazy. But he got royalties off that. And you ain't getting royalties off your stuff.
Buy you. Couldn't get next to me. You know you got crackhead teeth under them veneers.
Ooh. Couldn't get next to me. It's the holy, not even holier than thou. It's the God complex because he's got some money in his pocket. That's all that boy got is some money in his pocket. And he over here talking about you couldn't sit next to me. Boy, you couldn't sit next to him. You couldn't, when you was coming out the ball sack, this man was making money. You, what are we talking about? Are you okay? This is all proof of how delusional this man is. And when you're delusional, baby, when you're delusional,
it's just certain that was saying just to when you try to feed off of your misfortune, bro, especially like that, you don't want to go to war with me. These niggas beef for free. I'm monetizing your bitch, nigga.
Shazam!
Oh, money's everything.
He know. He know he don't want to keep talking.
Money's
He don't
everything.
want to go back and forth with me because I know something you do. Yeah. So I
What?
would just before I
I want to know.
Alright? Shut your fucking mouth, nigga.
I want to know. I want to know what you are talking about. What are we talking about? We, like, put it out there. It be the pump faking for me. Well, if I told people, tell them. Soldier Boy, tell them. Please.
Bitch. I don't know why these niggas be having me fucked up, bro.
Do they?
I might do some dumb shit.
Man, but
Like
like I
what?
said, fuck DDG. I catch you, nigga. You already know what's gonna happen to you. Nigga, you touch Holly again, nigga. This is my last warning to you, nigga. Matter
You
of fact,
must
I
be
ain't even
rolling
warning
them
you no more.
son.
You already put your hands on. It's too late. Can't nothing save you. You can do all the twitching you want. Go on live, keep crying to your little fans. We gonna smash you. You should have thought about that shit before you put your hands on Shawty, bro. Do not put your hands on Shawty no more, bro. He said, come on, fam. I'm saying, let's put a positive play together. Man, Ray J, you my dog. Stay out of this. You know what I'm saying? Ray J, I fuck with you, Ray J 1000. Like, you my nigga, but stay out of this, bro. Cause this nigga, man, hey, man. This nigga got me fucked up. On my mama, bro. Just stay out this shit, bro. Unless you got the address, bro. That's all I need to hear. He said he mentioned me too.
Soldier Boy
Come
knows
on,
what he's
man.
doing.
He's a clout chaser, bro. He gonna mention all we done been doing this shit. This a new nigga, bro. We legends. We been in the game for all this. A bitch. Tyrese. That's what I'm saying, Tyrese. It's these new niggas, bro. That's what's going on. These new niggas too disrespectful. They can't respect that. They niggas finna respect me. On my mama, Tyrese. And I always respected you. Ray J. And I always respected you. Have we ever got into it about anything? Why these new niggas so disrespectful?
So I wasn't texting y'all. I was over here trying to do some research to figure out how old was Soldier Boy. Soldier? How old was Soldier Boy versus how old is DDG? Soldier Boy's 20. Sorry, Soldier Boy's 34. DDG is 7. Meaning, you wasn't even in the sack when this man was making money. You was actually out kicking it too. Meaning, you really don't have too much of a leg to stand on because y'all age difference isn't even enough for him to have surpassed you as much as he has in musical accolades alone. I'm not a pocket watcher. I don't look up net worth. I know that stuff is not real. And I don't care. I don't care how much money you got. I care about the character of you as a person. And this just it ain't showing nothing good. I'm not seeing nothing good. Me personally. I don't know about y'all. I'm not seeing nothing good.
Respectful, bro. Like, damn. How you mad at me because you hit Halle Bailey? You hit Halle Bailey. You mad at me. Soldier Boy. Bruh. I'm just saying what the whole world saying, bro. You put your hands on the girl, bro. That shit ain't cool, bro. 6 hours a week. Bitch ass nigga. Your time up. Fuck. No more using that little clout. What type of nigga clout chase on their own kids, man? Fuck out of here, nigga. You
Clock
got
it.
6 hours a week. I see
He
my
always
son
giving
whenever I
somebody a
want to.
deadline.
Bitch ass nigga.
Previously, there were rumors that Halle Bailey cheated on DDG with Brent Fires. Well, yesterday, Brent Fires
Fires.
tweet, "What's good, DDG?" This one comment before Brent Fires deleted the tweet. They said, "What's good, homewrecker? I heard DDG goons were looking for you." Then
Everybody be cracking me up. Be cracking me up. I don't think that Brent Fires was helping. I'm glad that he deleted the tweet, but unfortunately, when you're famous, you can't post nothing. You can't do a post and delete as a famous person. You can't unfollow somebody. You can't even accidentally unfollow somebody. Like, you can't do nothing. But yeah, he's not helping the case because, you know, But that said, he got some heavy hitters on his head.
And Brent Fires responded to the tweet. He said, fan account. DDG speaks on what happened on live yesterday when people said that he was crying.
So fucked up. I'm not even saying that. I don't want no sympathy or nothing. I'm a grown ass man. But like yesterday, I was fucked up. That's why I had to get off that bitch.
I'm still waiting on this man to say I didn't do it.
Just wondering just why, you know?
Why can't you tell us if you did or didn't do it? Why can't you say I did? I would never. All he be saying is, y'all know who I am. No, the frick we don't. We don't know you, bro. I don't have your number in my phone, and I got everybody's number in my phone, whether I know you or not. I don't know you. I see you on stream. I see you making some trash music, and that's about all I know about you. Just like how the people that watch my content don't know me personally unless they actually know me. Like, there's only a handful of people in this man's audience that really know him. And everybody else, y'all got a parasocial relationship with him, so you think you know him. We don't know you.
That's all. I was just like, why? I don't get it. Yeah, man, I just want to express how much I appreciate people, you know, sticking with me. I know I don't want to talk too much, but I know how it can be. It can, you know. See, I don't really want to say too much, but
Don't say.
y'all know what type of nigga I am.
You really shouldn't say
it's
nothing.
just-
There he goes with that again. I don't know who you are. I don't know what type
I'm
of
kinda
person you are.
lost. So I'm still
Actually,
surfing and
if records speak for themselves, you're right. We do know what kind of person you are based off of multiple people making the same allegation against you. So you're not looking too good, buddy.
figuring it out and just seeing what's, you know, figuring it out day by day. But it's just like, you know, I don't know how to explain it without explaining it, you know. But y'all know what type of nigga.
Chris Sales, for some reason, still wants to speak on the Halle and DDG situation. Here's what he had to say.
Halle, she had bruises right here, right? That's not like a,
Oh,
I'm
God.
punching on you, Mark.
We got the abuser of the year coming to co-sign abuse. This man, I don't even know that he's ever even denied abusing Queen. Why do you, of all people, think that your opinion is going to help this boy? You are a known abuser, bro. Shh. Sit this one out. Of course you're going to say something against the woman that's being abused. Of course you are. Why would what we've seen of you show anything else? Ugh.
Type of, that's a holding somebody type of mark. Somebody.
Yeah, he's right. That is a holding somebody type of mark. If y'all watched my last video, I made the same comment. That does not negate an abuse. If you are holding somebody's arm hard enough to give them a bruise, that is an extended hold, and it's hurting them.
Get hit, right? Your eye would have been black, lip would have been busted. But if you got marks right here, I'm not saying he's not abusing her. I'm not saying he is abusing her. Somebody got marks right here. Clearly that means he was holding her. Mermaid should have stayed under the sea. Unlike so.
You should have stayed under the sea with this
and then,
one.
from what I heard, she was abusive. Hey, not sticking up for neither of these people, but from what I heard, she was a little crazy. Don't let that innocent fool you. And then DDG can't talk about it though. Hey Jay-Z, if you looking at this, I love you, boy. Beyonce, if you looking at this, I love you, girl. I don't want no bottles in my house. Hey, I love you.
DDG's sister TT is now being attacked on social media after she unfollowed Halle Bailey. Here's what TT boyfriend Aries had to say.
Do with nothing.
Just gonna be honest with you. First off, y'all pay way too much attention to who people follow on Instagram. Like y'all take Instagram to be Bible. Second, if she was smart, she would have taken herself up off the internet. I would have deactivated my account so freaking fast. Either way. Either way. Unfortunately, because you are related to somebody that's in the public eye, everything that you do is also being scrutinized. And this is the issue when you bring your family up, you have the ability to bring them right back down with you if you fall. She shouldn't have unfollowed her. I wouldn't have unfollowed her. I'd have left it alone. I get it. Trust and believe, I get it. That's your brother. A family gonna ride for a family. But if she did not want hate, because this is the climate we live in. People are trolls. The internet is filled with trolls. People that have nothing better to do but watch who you follow and who you unfollow. The moment that you press that unfollow button and you're in the public eye, somebody is screenshotting the fact that y'all don't follow each other anymore. And they're gonna use that to make a case that you don't mess with them anymore. And because of what's going on, I just would have either deactivated my page to avoid all of this, or I would have just not done anything. I'd have logged out for a few days and just kept things how they were before. Because now, whether she's taking a side or not, it looks like she's taking a side. And because she's on the alleged abuser side, now she's going to deal with backlash. This is the downside to all that money. This is the downside to all that money. Y'all think money is everything. Look what money will do to you. You got millions of people on your behind about an unfollow. Stupid.
So please, 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 please stop sending her hateful messages, bro. Because TT.
And unfortunately, this video ain't gonna change nothing.
Is one of, not even one of, she is the most genuine soul I have ever come across. She doesn't do anything wrong to nobody. She's not into drama. She's not out doing hood rat shit. TT is a lovely woman. All right. So please, please, please stop sending her hate. Because she's been stressed the fuck out. All these comments she's been reading about everybody, oh, fuck you, whatever the case may be, bro. And she's getting stressed out, all right? And she, she's an emotional girl. She's a sensitive woman. And she probably won't come on here and tell y'all herself, but she's stressed out, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people are stressed out about a lot of things, bro. The devil is working overtime against this family. You know what I'm saying? Her family.
Y'all love to say the devil is working when abusers get called out. The devil was working when the devil possessed that person to abuse that other person. This is called consequence.
If I'm being exact.
The Taylor Girls was on live and they spoke on the Halle Bailey and DDG situation.
DDG, what you think about DDG? I didn't want to talk about him. I just thought that's what I heard you say.
Well, what you think?
I don't think anything. That's your job.
You think he
that
did
ain't
it?
my job.
You think he did it?
That's your job. That
You
ain't
think
my
he did
job.
it?
I'm not speaking on my business.
All right, we gonna
But do
go
you think he
past this. I don't know who these people are, so this end part right here that I'm about to get into is the part that I actually found important, because my last video we talked about how if she got granted the restraining order, something happened, right? But then I also, editing tab came in and I kind of pointed out that I don't live in California. I don't know California's laws on DV or restraining orders. And I don't know how a temporary restraining order works. So this man at the end is going to get into how it actually works So I will not only highlight the parts that defend Halle. I won't. I'm going to use everything that's been given to us, and we're just going to make our own determinations and watch from there. I'm not here to change y'all mind about nothing. If you are on DDG's side, great. If you're on Halle's side, great. We won't know until they go to court. They have a virtual hearing on May 30th, and then they have an in-person hearing in June. We're not going to know what happens until after that court date. So it's all speculation at this point. Even my opinion is speculation. So, and everything up until this point is alleged. All right, let's get into it.
And this TikToker actually explains how easy it is to get temporary custody and a order protection, which DDG's older sister shared on her Snapchat.
Halle Bailey did not secure a restraining order against DDG. That is not what happened. A judge in LA granted her what is called a temporary protective order, which is an entirely different thing than an actual restraining order, and doesn't take nearly as much effort, time, or standard of proof as an actual restraining order. In my extensive research of finding out just what the process of acquiring a restraining order in the state of California is like, I came across a few things that were very interesting. First of all, you can't just file for a restraining order. You have to first file for a temporary restraining order, or a temporary protective order, as it's called sometimes. And those are fairly easy to get. In fact, usually within a 24-hour period, a judge takes on your case and decides if you're deserving of a temporary protective order. And the reason I say that they're fairly easy to obtain is because, one, the person being filed against doesn't even have to be present, so they're not an actual court proceeding. And two, the judge that grants the temporary restraining order doesn't have to be convinced beyond every reasonable doubt. Clear and convincing evidence is not required for a temporary restraining order, which is, as you can see, not as strict as the proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And you can see that's the case if you look at the pictures that TMZ apparently acquired magically from the legal proceedings of this entire thing. These pictures aren't proof of beyond a reasonable doubt. They're only proof that Halle Bailey somehow, some way got hurt. There's no real way to prove that DDG was the one that inflicted all that damage. And by the way, as a quick side note, I'm being sarcastic about TMZ because I know for a fact that Rock Nation has used TMZ as a propaganda tool multiple times in the past. If you know, you know. But we'll talk about that later. Back to the main point. Now, the temporary restraining order, if it is granted by the judge, only lasts about 2 to 3 weeks, usually. And the reason it lasts only that long is because it's kind of a way to create some kind of a buffer, a separation between the two parties until a proper court hearing, where it would actually be determined with a higher standard of proof if a more permanent restraining order would be necessary going forward, which can last up to 5 years in some cases. So basically, in about 3 weeks from now, Halle has to be with DDG in court to prove to a judge that she actually does need that restraining order against DDG. And it'll be her lawyers, her defense team's job to make that case to the judge. And what do you know, after doing a little more digging, I found out that they do have a court date. It's June the 4th, which is about 3 weeks from now. So in conclusion, this whole thing is being blown way out of proportion. DDG is not in trouble at all. I'm not saying he's necessarily in a good place, but these are allegations at best. And a judge in LA granting a temporary restraining order to Halle Bailey is not proof that DDG actually did anything. Again, we have to remember, there's different standards of proof and evidence in the court of law. I did some more research and found out you could get a temporary restraining order based off of hearsay. No joke. Just get a couple of your buddies to say the same thing you're saying in writing or on audio, and boom, TRO. Now, as for my personal opinion, do I actually believe there was some kind of physical altercation between the two of them? Yeah. Do I think that the courts may find a way to separate the two from each other? Absolutely. But do I think that Halle Bailey and Rock Nation will get the court to see DDG as such a deplorable human being that she will be granted full custody of their kid? Absolutely not. And honestly, the reason for that is how restraining orders work, especially when there's a kid involved. Even if she's somehow able to prove to the court that DDG was violent against her, it doesn't show intent to harm the kid. Either way, I can't wait to see how this whole thing goes down. But here's my final note to this. Learn from DDG's mistake. He didn't vet this girl properly. All the behaviors she's displaying right now are things that he would have been able to eat.
Now, this part, I gotta say, that goes on both ends. Neither one of these two vetted each other properly. And that's what I was talking about when I said you have to be careful when you lay down with somebody and decide to make a baby with them, because you got to deal with this person for the rest of your life, or the rest of your child. Yeah, the rest of your life. The rest of your life. So I agree on both ends. They should have vetted each other better. This generation needs to work on vetting each other better. And the best way to vet somebody is not to jump in the bed with them, is not to move right in with them. It's not none of that. It's following the normal dating procedure: courting, dating, marriage. Point blank, period.
Easily catch if he did his due diligence in the beginning. It's truly unfortunate that she's in a position now where she can use both his child and his public image as leverage against him, but
both of them can.
It is what it is. He has to be disciplined next time. It's from Jason Favorite Scientist, with all this information, what you must.
All right, y'all. That's all I got for today. I will have the videos that we watched here today linked in the description. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comments, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.